Joe D, how do you incorporate jump training into your programs?
Jump training is incorporated various different ways. I think the most common is, well, always after a thorough warm-up, regardless if you're, an NFL athlete or a young kid coming in. If we're going to incorporate some kind of jump, it's always after a thorough warm-up where the body temperature is increased and you have a nice sweat cracked and you're ready to go. You're not going to just come in here and start jumping. So after a warm-up, one of the most popular ways I incorporate it is to conclude the warm-up or as the first exercise before sprinting or a lower body strength session. I find that to be a great way to improve the athletes, really excite the central nervous system. You'll notice if guys come in and, they're a little sluggish and they're getting through the warm-up, after you incorporate a couple rounds of jumps, you'll notice the energy in the room actually, gets a little better and the intensity starts picking up. So I love to finish a warm-up with jumps before we go into sprints or squats or whatever the focus may be. We also incorporate it with our more advanced athletes when we incorporate contrast training or transfer training in our program. We'll incorporate jumps after a heavy squat or deadlift variation as a pairing for that to improve lower body power. And those are the two main ways. When we're doing a true plyometric, I also want to just mention, always make sure you're really, really watching the ground contact time. You want a quick ground contact time and the number of ground contacts. So you don't want to just randomly, throw in a bunch of jumps. If you're doing something like hurdle hops, make sure you're progressing properly. This is something we talked about in our power program and our speed DVD. Make sure you're progressing properly and landing mechanics for both plyometrics and jump training. Make sure, athletes are landing with their hips back, soft landing. That actually should precede most of your jumps with younger athletes, but two things to really focus on when you incorporate that into your program.